Welcome to Driven Plus. Today we're excited to showcase one of the most stunning and powerful sports cars on the market. That is the Jaguar F-Type. Whether you're a car enthusiast or simply appreciate beauty and power, the Jaguar F-Type is sure to impress. This is the Jaguar F-Type V8 all-wheel drive. Bit of a mouthful, I know, but this car's design is now 10 years old. But I want to demonstrate to you today how this car is the best value for money car money can buy today. I mean, let's address the first serious thing, and that's that thing right in front of me. So as I go down the revs, just not going to say anything, but just listen to this. That's a 5-litre V8, 543 British horsepower. And it's supercharged, serious figures I know. 0 to 60, 3.9 seconds. And all those stats there and figures you can get for 40 grand. Name me another car with all those figures and stats that you can buy for the same price. I can't think of any. Hence why the F-Type V8 is in a league of its own. You can't deny it, you can't. By all means, if I've missed a car out, but I can't think of anything right now which competes with this level of car, by all means drop it in the comments. You see, I've fallen lucky here because in my opinion this is the second best F-Type money can buy, the first being the SVR of course. But this is the V8R, so it's an all-wheel drive, so there's definitely no traction issues there. Having said that, we'll come on to that later. But one thing I can't get my head around is the fact that these are 10 years old now. I mean, wherever you see one on the road, whether it's the V6 one, the V8, SVR, you instantly turn your head. They just look so good. And it is a timeless design. Now the 5-litre has been derived straight from the XKR, which is a smart move from Jaguar because it keeps the costs down. They don't have to invest any money to build a new engine or develop a new engine. Smart move, hence why they probably kept the cost down, and these cars are more affordable than what they could have been. But the beauty about this car, when you just want it to be respectful and just drive sensibly, you can do that. It's so comfortable and respectful. I mean, the Zf8 Gearbox is brilliant. It really does match the style of car. And whatever mode you want to drive it in, whether you want to be sensible or you want to rip the throat out of it, you can do so. Let's start off with the best thing, well, second best thing about the Jaguar F-Type. Let's start off with the rear. Now you've got these quad tailpipes to resemble the 5-litre V8. You've got all-wheel drive R badge there to tell everyone behind you you're driving an all-wheel drive and you're big and strong and better than them. You get a Jaguar badge here, F-Type. Looking into the boot, now it's not big enough. Boot space, if you're looking to buy an F-Type, should be at the bottom of your list, but it's a nice to know. 315 boot space. Put it this way, it's enough to put your brown leather bag. As you can see in the camera, it just looks absolutely perfect. That rear end, I can't seem to think of any other car that looks so good for this price. It's so stubby, you know, this brake light kind of integrates there and all the hips. It's got a nice bottom. So the car is covered in a beautiful Blackberry paintwork. Really do like it. It's a premium option. You got a nice Jaguar carbon fibre side vent there, looks really good. And one cool thing, oh, you've got a nice little fat side sill there, that looks mega. Pop-out door handles there. Let's have a look into the interior. Starting here, you get a nice aluminium engraved door still with Jaguar there, that's all good. You get a Meridian sound system and you can control your seats on the doors there. Infotainment system is good. I mean, if you have Range Rovers, you know how this works. Now, let's start it up. It sounds really good when you do start this thing up. I mean, your neighbours won't like you, but you'll feel proud when you start this up. Everything is driver focused. I quite like it. It's a nice place to be. I mean, these sun visors I don't know how much sun they're going to block out because they're so small, but that's a little nicky thing for me. Nice carbon fibre trim here. You've got all the race settings. You know, minimal is good. It's not too much going on here. And one cool thing is the vents. So if I turn them off, now, as you can see, it will now drop down. I quite like that. It's quite cool. And put it back on, and it comes back up. Pretty cool. Quite like it. And one good thing is how the Jaguar is engraved on the air vents there. The little touches. I mean, Jaguar does have a knack for finishing their trims off so good, and that really is apparent with the F-Type. You do get these upgraded performance seats as standard on the V8R. You do not get them on anything else. They're just an optional extra. They're really supportive and actually really comfortable. You get a nice kind of carbon fibre strip going through the middle of them. Now, in terms of two-seaters, you do actually lack quite a bit of storage in here. You've got a bit of a bin here. The door cards are really small, and even the glove box isn't the biggest size, so don't expect to have massive amount of interior space. See, Jaguar, they've got the recipe right. 2 seats, big V8 up front, glorious 8-speed gearbox. What's better than that? Now, when buying new, Jaguar did have the option for you to spec a rear-wheel drive F-Type V8R, but the problem with that is you get an electronic rear diff. I mean, for a sports car, you don't want that, it overheats. So for me, the all-wheel drive is the better option. The all-wheel drive system on this car is quite complicated. So it's predominantly rear-wheel drive, and when it loses traction on the rear when you're going through a corner, it will step out until the front wheels kick in and 30% of the power gets sent to the front. So it's a very cold day and wet day like today, so if I blip it here in the corner, which I'll demonstrate now, you can feel it. It's a bit weird. Fuel efficiency is kind of a thing on this car. I mean, you can probably average, let's have a look what this is averaging, 22.8. What can you expect for a 5-litre V8? See, a problem of this car is the weight. 2-seaters, aluminium shell. Yes, you've got that big lump of a V8 in the front, but the all-wheel drive system adds weight. This car weighs 1,730 kilograms. That's quite heavy. I mean, that's in like saloon car territory. I must say, everything's in its right place. The driving position is really good. You know, the dash isn't too high, it's perfect. Line of vision is great. Visibility is good out the rear window. The only thing, tiny bit of a blind spot, is looking that way, saying you come into a bit of a diagonal junction. You do struggle a little bit. And at the end of the day, you do need deep pockets to run this thing. I mean, it's 630 quid road tax per year. You know, you're averaging, well, we're averaging 24 now. So it's not the cheapest things to run. But having said that, people forget nowadays that all these expensive cars are now becoming affordable, but they're also forgetting that there's still, like this car here, is still a 100 grand car to maintain. You know, this does come with big bills and you must be ready for that. But if you can afford one, by all means go for it, you will not be disappointed. But one thing I absolutely adore in this car is just the way those downshifts and those pops from that 5-litre V8. Oh. But when it comes to it, you know, Jaguar it's badged up with an old man's car brand. You know, an F-Type it does appeal to me. I'm 23, it does appeal to the younger generation. But having said that, I can't think of anyone in their 20s who's got an F-Type. And would I buy one? Yeah. Yes, I would. So coming on to the front, let's start off with the wheels. So it's a 20-inch upgraded from factory Gyrodyne diamond cut alloys. See, the braking system has been upgraded from the V6S, so does perform better. You've got a nice daytime running light there. The front looks so good, doesn't it? Everything about this car really does look good. And one special thing is how that bonnet opens there. I mean, imagine going to a car meet and lifting the bonnet like that. Even I didn't know they open like that from today. You learn something new every day. Nowadays, looking into engines, I've got a bit bland, haven't they? They're normally covered by a bit of plastic. And for instance, it's happened here. I mean, I'm just showing you, this is the engine. Here sits that V8 XKR engine. What more can I say? In conclusion, if you've got 40 grand burning a hole in your pocket and you want a little weekend toy, go and bloody buy yourself one. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video on the little Jag F-Type V8R all-wheel drive, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.